Hey, it's Mojo, and I wanted to kind of share a backstory, kind of my life, how I got here to this moment. All the experiences that led me, to discover the greatest industry that's ever been created. And that's the industry of network marketing or multi-level marketing or direct sales, whatever people want to call it. Okay. So for me, it was a business. It was a personal growth business. And I want to take you back to growing up as a child because we all have a story. And the story I have, my mom was married 4 times. And during this four-time experience, having four different fathers. I never really knew my real father, but my stepfather, the one that raised me from the time I was about 4, 5 or so to about the time I was 11, I was very strict. He was very predictable. He was very abrasive, very rough, very loud, very physical. You kind of get my drift. Every day I was kind of reminded that that I'd never amount to anything, that I wasn't, that I shouldn't even try because I'm going to fail. And the word love was a word I don't even ever remembering hearing as a kid. Remember it. Um, it was just a very difficult childhood, but it was the one that I thought was just normal. When you grow up in an environment like that, you kind of think it's all normal that all families have a father figure, or maybe even a mother figure, or some influence in that family that is like that, that's very strict and belittling. And I was told every day I was stupid, that I would never amount to anything. And so this goes on my whole life. It wasn't physical in the sense that, a lot of times there's these battered wife syndromes and that type of thing. But it was very loud and it was very structured, very routine, very regimented. And so I grew up like that. And what I discovered during all of that, that I felt like I was in a movie. I felt like this whole thing that was happening around me was much like a movie. And I felt like it was, every time he would come into the room, it was like action and whatever, the role, the improvisation that would happen, I was just improvising and it felt like that he was. And so it was during these times I discovered a lot about, who I was, and I got really good about switching the energy or the frequency of that and kind of just putting myself in a movie. And when the scene was over, I was done. And I don't know where it came from, but I have always had that gift for as long as I can remember. And I also got into music as a kid. My mom forced me at a very young age to play a musical instrument. Now, at the time, I don't know if she really understood why she was doing that. I think she felt that us kids need an outlet. We had three kids that were being raised in that environment, and we all need an outlet. So, we all were supposed to learn an instrument. And I decided to learn the guitar. Every Tuesday or whatever Wednesday that my instructor would come or my teacher would come over, I would go to his place. It was just painful. It's like, oh my God, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I don't like it. But here's what happened, kind of interesting along the way, and I believe this is how I got set up for everything else in my life, is I realized that when I was in this real frictional state, that the thing that saved me was music. And I would pick up this guitar and I'd play, bang out notes on it, and it would just kind of take me somewhere else. It'd take me to a different place. And so I got really good about removing myself from situations and putting myself in a different place. So let's fast forward to about the time I'm 11 years old. And here's where the significance of why I am where I'm at today is because of this one moment. You see, at 11 years old, my mom finally moved away from this environment. And when we moved away, we were living in California at the time. We moved all the way to Houston. And in Houston, I remember the very first summer, I believe I'm about 11 years old at the time. And I remember walking back in the middle of the summer to this playground that was behind my house. It was a couple blocks away. And there was a tennis court there, and there's basketball, and there's also this park that had like these teeter totters. And I remember walking over to this teeter totter and seeing this thing, and I'm like, okay. And I see that it's tilted up. You know how teeter totters are tilted one way or the other. And I sat at the one end, and then I got up and I walked and I got to the middle of it, and I started balancing in the middle. So I'm in the middle of this park, 105 degrees, it felt like. My skin was just melting. I've never been so hot ever living in California. And I'm sitting there and I'm balancing myself on this teeter totter. And something just happened, like, call it, God, call it energy, call it source, call it whatever. Something just happened. I just stopped and I closed my eyes. I looked up at the heavens and I just said, it was tears are coming down my face. I said, for the rest of my life, I'm going to choose happiness. And that's what I chose. So my filter as I moved through the rest of my life from 11 years old on has been with this filter of being happy. I knew what unhappiness felt like. I knew what discomfort felt like. I knew what, pain felt like. I knew what, crying and sitting in a corner and sucking my thumb until I was, 11 years old was like. Because that's what I did. I peed the bed, sucked my thumb until I was 11 years old in that environment. So I knew what that felt like. And that was very heavy. It was a very heavy frequency. And so I decided when I looked at the sky and I said, I'm going to choose the opposite of that. And the opposite of unhappiness as a kid, understanding pretty much not a lot of emotions, but understanding happiness or unhappiness. I said, for the rest of my life, I'm going to choose happiness. And you guys, this was the single most defining moment in my life because every decision I've made has been in the pursuit or to obtain the feeling of happiness, which was different than this heavy feeling, right? So if you feel heavy, and if I felt heavy doing something, hey, Tony, you should take this class in high school. Hey, Tony, you should go out for this sport in high school. Hey, Tony, you should have these friends. If in that moment that I didn't feel this feeling of happiness and joy, I didn't have a smile on my face or I was happy and giddy about it, you guys, I didn't do it. And so I encourage you, if you're watching this, is to find what that word is for you. And you have to, there's layers of it. Okay. There's layers of it. I had to go through, 7, 8 years of just turmoil and destruction and unhappiness to figure out that was my word. It's evolved since then. I might share that with you at some point, what my new word is at. So fast forward now, going through high school, I went to the military. The military brought me a sense of happiness because I knew it'd make my mom happy, knowing that her son was taken care of. She was raising 4 kids now by herself at that time. And so I made the decision to go in the Air Force. One of the best decisions I've ever made because it taught me at a very young age to be an adult, to be responsible, to, get a routine and things like that. And moving through that, getting out of the military, then I graduated from that and went into sales. I found out I was really good at sales, became a dirt sucking salesman, sold Kirby vacuum cleaners. And that's where I learned the skill of communication. That's what I learned the skill of having a system or a process, having something in place that you followed to the T, the script, right? The script to communicate with people, to meet with people, to relate to people. This script I learned knocking doors in California. And I became really good. I was one of the top salespeople in our office. I was number 2, actually. And I learned how to go out and earn income straight commission. And every job I've taken since then, because of the degree of happiness I never wanted to feel limited, was pretty much straight commission. So my marketing jobs, my training jobs, my sales jobs, the consulting that I do, the coaching that I do, the building of network marketing companies, all that, you guys, all of this is all straight commission. I don't want a ceiling. I didn't want to feel confined. I don't want to have that feeling of heaviness, kind of like when I was a kid when I felt like, I was in this shelter all the time. And so that's the first part of the evolution of me. And I got involved in direct sales or network marketing or MLM at the age of 19 was my very first company, a company called Shackley. They're still around, I believe. And it taught me this thing called residual income. Now, being in the military, you don't have a lot of income coming in. So guess what you got to do? You got to figure out ways if you want to go have fun to make extra money, go get an extra job part-time when you're not, on duty or whatever. Or you do something like direct sales. And it got introduced to me and I saw this thing called a check coming in for selling a product and then getting a check and getting a couple customers and getting this residual check. I saw that at a very young age. I think my first check was 20 something dollars. And I said, my God, I'm rich. I'm going to be rich because if I just duplicate this, get more customers, then the sky's the limit, right? And I felt like being a rock star. You sing a song, you cut an album, you go double platinum, or whatever the case may be, and you get paid over and over and over every time that song plays. Well, that's kind of what it felt like. It felt like I could be my own little rock star. And so I always have built. That was my first company. And, it's been 30 something, 35, 36, 38 years, whatever it's been. I'm 57 now. And that moment was a defining moment in my life because what this industry brought to me, and this is so crystal clear now. At the time, it was the money. It was like, okay, I made extra few bucks. I could put gas in my motorcycle. I could do some extra things or whatever. But now I look back on all that and I look back at all the failures, or let's say not a failure, let's say the experiences that I had with the industry that didn't go well, the companies that went out of business, the back order of the products, the pissed off distributors, people jumping the fence, thinking the grass is green on their side, like all of this stuff, right? Here's another one. The CEO of a company being thrown in jail for something illegal, like all this stuff, right? That I discovered growing up in this industry, has made me the person that I am. Because here's what mentors discovered in me. And what I love about this industry, this is a personal development, personal growth business and opportunity. That's truly what it is. And the more that you grow as a person, the more that you develop skills as a person, the more that you develop yourself, communication skills, writing skills, creative skills, whatever that is, the more you develop that, right? Speaking skills, training skills, the more you develop that, the more income that you make, the more you're able to duplicate yourself and others, the more income that you make. And you guys, when I saw that, my energy shifted from the money, which was always been kind of good. Again, at the early stages, the first 15, 16, 20 years of this, I wasn't good at it. But the last years, pretty darn good at it. So, but what I saw was the good, the bad, the ugly, and I saw what my niche was. And my niche is to figure out how I can get to the front of the room, how I could get, to be the first person in, the first person on stage, the first person talking. And I really got excited about being that person. I was always in the front seats. I was always taking notes. I was always asked to come up on stage to move people into action. And it became like my dopamine was to get in front of people, to teach people, to empower people, to tell people the truth what this industry is. Yes, you can make a lot of money. Guys, I've made millions and millions of dollars in this space. I've helped thousands, tens of thousands of others people, their lives change in this space. But it never was about the money. It was about the development of self. You build you, and the business will build. They had that old movie, with that movie, Field of Dreams. You build it, build a field, and the people will come, right? Something like that. You guys get my drift. So the more I built myself, the more I became better, the more leadership, the more money I invested in self and who I was, the more experiences I had, the more I was then able to earn, because you earn as you learn in this industry. And a lot of people have this false hope, like, this overnight success. And there's a lot of leaders that do this, that bring people in. Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to put people underneath you. We're going to help you scale like this. You'll be, paying off your cars in a week. You can have the lifestyle, the dream. Guys, that's not what people want anymore. People want a sense of peace. People want a sense of building something. People want a sense of knowing what they're doing is the right thing. And so I'm here to tell you that through it all, and I'm one of the most experienced people in this industry. There's very few people that could say they've been in it in all aspects of it. Because I've been in the consulting side, I've been in the building side, I've been in the creating side, I've been in the marketing side, I've been in the branding side, I've been in the, the structuring side, the training side of it all. I've been in every side of this industry inside out because I love it. And I love empowering people, empowering companies to be their best. And so the trainings I'm going to provide to you along your journey and my journey, because I'm still learning, I'm still growing, guys, I will always be a student first, and then I'll be a teacher, and then I'm going to be a creator. So my first filter always is to be happy, be a student first, learn from all of you, right? And then provide training and teachings and inspiration and activation and motivation to help you become the best version of yourself. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to truly help and serve, to take this wisdom, to take this knowledge, and take the topics that you guys have on your heart. Like, should I be doing this? Is this the right company? Is this the right comp plan? What do I say to people? How do I handle objections? Like, I'm going to be giving you guys all of that, all of it. Okay. Because somebody gave it to me over a period of time. Different teachers, different situations, different companies, different people at different times in the last 38 plus years. You guys have been giving it to me, right? Whether they were giving it to me and, with any other intention except just to help me along my path, who knows? But I'm here to give that to you. And so follow me. Like, how many of you have a story like I do? I'm just kind of curious. Just, comment below. How many of you have a story like I do where, it's always not banjos and rainbows and unicorns, right? That you've got stuff that happened. I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter what happens, is this industry. Yes, you can make a lot of money if that's what you want. But I'm going to tell you, I've had the $2 million house on the hills in an exclusive part of town in California. I've had all the cars, the supercars. I've traveled around the world a couple times. I've done things that I can't even talk about, VIP treatments and things like that at nightclubs. Guys, lived a rock star life and done so much. But I'm going to tell you, at the end of the day, through it all, yes, it's good. It's great to have all that. But at the end of the day, when I look at my family, look at my friends, I look at my environment, I look at my life, I look at the abundance that I have, the health that I have at 57 years old, it's because of this industry and the other stuff that this industry brings and will allow you to experience and unveil for you. And that's the true beauty of this industry. There are people that say MLM is dead, oh, network marketing, you're doing all those things, oh, direct sales, oh, they're pyramid schemes. And there are probably some of them that are. But I believe that if your intention is right, you're going to find the right company for you. You're going to find the right people, the right culture. And I'm going to help you along the way find out what that is for you. But I'm going to tell you, MLM is not dead. Network marketing is not dead. What's happened is there's been a shift in humanity, and that shift in humanity has caused people to sit back and want to automate everything and do everything faster, quicker, and easier, and have 27 things going on at one time. And guys, it's not dead. We just need to get people embraced in the idea of becoming better. So this is for you. I hope you enjoyed that. Comment below if this resonates with you. Comment below if you've got a story, and like and follow my YouTube channel, because I'm going to unveil it all. I'm just going to let it all out, and I'm just going to be really real with you guys. Okay. I'm going to be real because I know there's good people. I know if you're watching this, you're a good person. And if you're watching this, you're looking to grow, you're looking to scale, you're looking to better yourself, to be a better version of yourself. So if that's you, stick around, like and subscribe, and I cannot wait to share and pour into you and maybe help you get your questions answered, probably at the right time, right when you needed it. And, let's go do this. Okay. I applaud you for being an entrepreneur. I applaud you for being in this space, in this industry. Now it's a matter of you developing you and knowing that that is the true essence of this industry, is the development of people, not of ego. We're going to talk about that because it runs rampant in this industry, but the true essence of the heart and humanity. All right. So until then, until our next time we meet, stay tuned, like, subscribe, comment below. You feeling good? We got more coming.